Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, it's Christmas. I wanted to do a holiday Christmas look. Now I know a couple days ago I did my Hanukkah / Winter Wonderland like silver and blue and I had a lot of fun doing that. So I really wanted to go in the other direction and go really festive, glitter and red and green and just, I'm actually wearing lashes for once, which I never do. So if that's something you want to see, make sure to keep on watching. Please don't forget I upload twice a week, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the fun stuff I post, and let's get right into it. So starting off today, I'm going to be taking the No POREblem primer from Touch in Soul. Now this is like a nice hybrid between the Benefit Professional and the Too Faced Hangover primer. It's a little bit more lotiony than the Benefit one, but it has the blurring power of the Benefit, and it almost dries into like a powder, so you don't have to deal with that stickiness, which sometimes I like, and when I do, I'll go in with my J1 Jelly Pack, but today I want something a little bit softer and just a little bit more relaxed, I guess, because it's, you know, a Christmas look. So for foundation today, I'm going to be going in with my MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I'll just be taking that onto a glass palette, and on a beauty blender, I'm just going to take that off the glass palette and onto the face. Now for concealer today, I'm going to be taking the No Flaws Concealer from Col-Lab Beauty. I did a review on the whole brand, I'll link that below, but this concealer I've been really liking lately. It's not quite as thick as the Shape Tape. It's a little closer to like the NARS Radiant Creamy, but I really like the way that it blends out with the MAC foundation. Now, it's definitely not Shape Tape, but I'm really enjoying it. And to set the under eye, I'm going to be taking my RCMA No Color Powder. And I'm just going to take that right on the damp beauty blender and press that into anywhere I put the concealer. I always forget how much I love this powder until I pull it out and then I'm in love all over again. Now just to layer it up a little bit more for some extra coverage, I'm going to go in with my Studio Fix powder. This is in the shade NW25. Now I know that it basically from the number, it is a shade darker than the foundation, but I find that the powder runs a little bit lighter. So the NW25 is too light for me with the powder, but it's perfect with me for the liquid. So the baking is done, so I'm just going to kick off any of that powder with a fluffy brush. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light contour brush that goes with the palette, and I'll be using it to brighten as well and to contour today, but since I'm going to be using it on these spots anyway, I figured why not just double duty. Now, like I said, Shade and Light palette. I'm going to be going in with the lightest contour shade on the shade side of the palette, and I'm just going to cut out the cheekbones, jaw, and not really the forehead, but the nose. So going back in with that light side, I'm going to be taking the, technically it's the lightest of the light shades. Oh, that mirror is filthy. And I'm going to just use that to brighten the under eye and anywhere that I had put the concealer. The bronzer today, I'm going to be going in with Tantric from Marc Jacobs on my Morphe R2. And I'm going to be going a little bit lighter on the bronzer today than I normally do because I'm accepting that it's the winter. It's the one day of the year where I'm like, yeah, it's winter, I'll calm down a little bit. So I'm just going to take that on the perimeters of the face. I know I don't contour the forehead just because it's not that big and I don't have a very pronounced forehead. So I do take a little bit of bronzer there just to make it a little bit more lifelike. But I don't go overboard with contour. Now for blush, I'll be taking Pearlescent Pink from Wet n Wild. And now this is very pigmented, so I'll be taking a Japanesque fluffy brush with just a little bit and just caking that onto the cheek. Now with more pigmented blushes, I like to go on with a softer brush and just layer it up because it does apply a little bit more sheer and you can build it up without it getting completely overboard. And I'm just gonna spray a little of my Skindinavia Oil Control Priming Spray just to take down some of the powderiness and like first set. So as usual, I'll be layering highlight. So the first one I'm gonna go in with today is Peach Goddess from Jeffree Star. I'm gonna take that on my Morphe M510 like I normally do and just hit the high points of the face. Now on me, this is like the perfect highlighter because it is like the perfect shade. So when I'm looking on, you don't see it at all, but the second I turn, it does have a really nice glow to it. And what I love about these is that, I mean, I know Jeffree Star is all about like blinding glow, and I mean, I love that as well. But with these, you can really sheer them out and make them a little bit less dramatic if you want to. You don't have to go in really hard. So, you know, you could take a little on the brush and it will go a long way, or like me, you can really just pack it on and give yourself a nice glow. Now on the high points today, I will also be taking, just because I'm gonna be doing like a green and gold look for the holiday, I'm gonna take a little bit of Illuminati from Artist Couture on that same highlighter brush and just dust that just on the cheeks, just to give it a little bit more of that like glittery sparkle. Because the Jeffree Star is really pretty and really metallic, but I find that nothing gives you like that beautiful like pop blinding extra shimmer like the Artist Couture powders, or really any loose powder highlighter. I like the ColourPop ones, you know. I've tried a few. Now I'm just going to prime the lids off camera with my Shape Tape and I'll be right back. Okay, so today I'm gonna be using the Magic by Juvia's palette as well as the NYX Vivid Bright Ultimate Shadow palette. Now, the reason I'm using both is I love the shades in this palette, but I did wanna give myself one or two more of these like pretty matte greens. So, starting off with the NYX palette, I'm gonna be taking a fluffy brush and starting with this like mustardy orange and just dusting that into the crease. Now this is just gonna give us a little bit of a contrast, so when we start blending in our greens, it has a nice like neutral gradient without just kind of being an eye full of green. And now that this is going on, I'm actually gonna take that a little bit above my crease just to give myself a little bit more eye space to work with. And then on a fluffy brush, I'm gonna be taking this matte green shade and just dusting that a little lower into the actual crease. Now I am building that up slowly and just taking a little bit more product at a time, because when you're dealing with such vibrant colors, especially like greens, once you blend that too high, your crease is screwed and there's nothing you could do about it. So you really want to be careful when you're going in with greens and blues and any of those really like vibrant pigmented shades that you can't just neutralize with a brown. You're going to want to go slow and just build it up very gradually. So I'm just going to finish the other eye with this shade and I'll be right back. So now that the green transition is done, I'm going to take a little bit, like just a bit of this like Tiffany blue shade. Not because it needs it, but I do want to just make this a little bit of a cooler green, because the green that I went in with, you'll notice, is a little bit more yellow than I want. So by adding this in, it's going to make it a little bit more of like a true Christmassy green, as opposed to it being quite as bright as it is, because we don't want it to be a yellow green. This is a Christmas look. So that blue will help to kind of neutralize that a little bit and take the color more where we want it. So on a packer brush, I'm gonna start by taking Aha, which is this really like deep green. It actually swatches as a shimmer, but I find that you can pack it on really nicely and blend it out, and it works almost like a satin or a matte. So I'm just gonna take that and just pat that very gently and build it up slowly, a little bit on the outside of the eye, and then going in with a fluffy blender brush, just blending out that crease where it meets. And I'm not gonna take that all the way into the inner corner. I'm just gonna blend that about halfway on the eye and continue to build that up. And then I'm just gonna repeat that on this eye. Taking a little bit more of that initial green shade on that first brush, I'm just going to put that back in the crease just to let that darker color kind of transition a bit more and to bring a little bit more of that green back into it, because that green from the Juvia's palette is a little dark and it almost translates like black. So we just want to take away a little bit of that intensity and make it green. Okay, and now that we have the definition that we want, we're gonna start with our lid shade, which is Buzzo, which is this really pretty and vibrant green. And I'm just gonna take that on my finger, just because that seems to be the best way to apply the metallics from this palette. And I'm just gonna take that from inner corner to about halfway on the lid. And once that's in place, I'm just going to blend away any harsh lines where the greens meet each other. And then going back in with that packer brush, once the lines are nice, I'm just going to slightly, and very slightly, just darken the outer portion where these two greens meet, just to give myself that dark defined crease that I worked so hard in the beginning to achieve. Because we do want to have that nice gradient eye. We don't want it to just be this vibrant green everywhere. Now for the lower lash line, I'm going to be taking that dark green very close to the line. However, I do want to use that same lid shade on a small pencil brush and just take that more vibrant green and just kind of dust that on the lower lash line. And now normally I won't start with such a vibrant color on the bottom. I'll go in with a transition, but I'm actually gonna blend with the transition. So on a flat definer brush, taking that dark green again, I'm just gonna take that really close to the lash line to define. Then on a small precision blender, I'm gonna be taking Nana, which is this really like pretty brown, almost like a camel color. And I'm just going to use that to blend these greens together. And it's actually going to slightly lighten the green as well, while giving you a little bit of smokiness on the lower lash line. So that's going to change the color a little bit, so it's not going to be quite so neon on the lower lash line. And once the lash line is smoked out, now I only went this dark. You can totally go darker if you want. If you can even go black with this, but I wanted it to be a little bit lighter because I always do like dark, grungy lower lash lines, so I wanted to mix it up a little bit. Now I'm just going to do lashes and mascara off camera, and I will be back to highlight the eye. Okay, so I did lashes and liner off camera. I know I never do lashes, and the reason is I can never find a pair I like because I have very hooded eyes. Today I'm wearing the Giselle No. 1s from Huda Beauty, and I'm actually really liking how they look today, so I may be doing lashes a little bit more because I might have found a pair that I actually like. On a small little precision brush, I'm going to be going back into the Juvia's Magic palette, and I'm going to take Nubia, this bright gold up here, and I'm going to take that just on the inner corner. And then I'm going to take Kessie, this really like light matte shade, on a smaller precision brush. And I'm just going to take that and do a matte highlight on the brow bone today. Lately, I've been like, since I do glow everywhere, I've been going a little bit more subtle and doing like matte on the brow bone, and I've really been enjoying it. For a little pop of glitter, because I did want a little bit, I'm going to be going into my JolieBomb.com palette. And I'm going to take on, again, a small precision brush, a little bit of this It's almost like a champagne-y gold glitter, and I'm going to just press that over the inner corner highlight I did. And then just on the little bit on the inner center of the lid, like here, I'm going to be going in with this green right here. Now it's a little bit on the blue side, but it has like, it's a green-blue shift, and I'm just going to press that just very lightly into the center of the lid, just to give us a little bit of extra shine because it's Christmas, why not? That's gonna help. You know how I went in originally with a little bit of a blue shade just to tone the green and make it a little more of a blue-green? That's gonna do the exact same thing. And finally, for lips today, I don't normally do like a metallic eye with a metallic lip. I'll do a matte, but today I'm gonna be going in with, this is Crimson Chrome from Smashbox. So I'm just going to take that and do like a vibrant metallic red lip. Then just to take it a little bit more overboard, because why not? Again, with the JolieBomb.com palette, I'm going to be taking this like crimson glitter right here, and I'm going to press that just in the center of the lips. And that's the finished look. So this is my green and red Christmas look. So I hope you enjoyed. I definitely had a lot of fun doing this because it's colors I don't normally do. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. So if you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like it and subscribe to my channel because I do upload twice a week, and I would love for you to see all the fun stuff that I post. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.